Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Tara, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. I hope you are well. First off, thank you for helping people. I've made a contribution, and I'm sorry I could not donate more. I'm currently unemployed. To get to my story, a little bit of my childhood first. You can call me Tara. I believe both of my parents are narcissists. When me and my brother were kids, they used to beat us. And yes, this horrible treatment is acceptable in my country. It's like normal phase in childhood, but I swear I remember it all and hate them for it. My dad, when coming home from work, mostly drunk, would beat us. I always did my homework, etc., but one time I remember he punched me in the head and I fell on the floor. He started kicking me and my mom had to make him stop. All this cause I was playing on the computer after completing homework, mind you. And after this, Mom told me I shouldn't make him angry. For years I thought she was the victim, but she always defended him. Also, he never laughed, and if he did, with strangers or other relatives. One time, to show off his dominance, he called me and punched me in the head in front of relatives, despite them saying not to. I didn't cry. I was about 10 at the time. I stared at him. I already knew he didn't love me. He hated my brother too. There was a commercial on TV for abuse survivors, and he said, "Here is your child's rights," and slapped my brother. I was two and couldn't I was little too and couldn't defend him. I was so sad. My mom laughed at this. She is the type of woman who is more concerned what people think than her happiness and well-being. She screams every day, and I mean every single fucking day, over nothing important. Even my brother snapped and told her that she just needed chaos. No matter what we do, she will scream and yell and won't fucking stop. Both of my parents always put us down and compared us to other kids who were actually worse. But you know how it is, Ollie. When I got a 100% scholarship, she wasn't excited or happy. Only years later, when relatives' kids couldn't even get even 50%, she acknowledged that it meant something. My dad doesn't hit us anymore. The reasons are he can't drink because of his diabetes, and we are grown now. I could go on, Ollie, but I didn't write to you about my parents because I know none of them is the victim. They are both narcissists. I'm in my early 20s, and when I started my second job, everything happened. At first, my boss, let's call him James, started to text me after work. We finished work late at night. He was super nice to me and then told me he saw me in a dream. At this point, I asked him if he liked me, and he said yes. The problem was he is married, and I told him it was wrong. I don't know why, but from there we were texting, and I even wrote in my diary that he just doesn't want to face his problems, and I wouldn't let anything happen. I fell in love, mind you. Everything lasted less than 4 months. He told me there was no love in his marriage and they just lived together. After talking and meeting on breaks, I told him that this was wrong and I didn't see him. Then he sucked me back and told me never to make him sad anymore. Whenever I said we need to stop, he played the pity or changed the subject. I didn't want to be needy, and I figured since there's no love, he wants to leave. He's talking about moving together, etc. I thought he just needed time. No, he's just playing you. That's what they always say. The narcissist is always in a loveless marriage when you're a side piece. I know I fucked up, and I also know this is what I chose to do. This resulted with me being left, losing my job, doubting my judgment and even sanity. I fell in love with a married man. He pursued me, told me that they just lived together. Wife isn't a doormat, quite the opposite. She has a job, takes care of the kid. Beautiful, good wife. So now I know nothing was lacking. My question is, what was my role in this? Your role was knowingly taking someone else's husband. That's what your role is. Whether it's loveless or not, the answer is come talk to me after you've left. Okay? You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. If he meant it, he would have left. Could he love me? No. He told me, though, even talked about moving out when I asked about a kid. He said, well, I don't see the kid often anyway. He was all romantic and stuff. Don't want kids, don't want marriage. So it's not like we would have the same lifestyle. He knew this. When I asked if he loved his wife, he never said yes. Told me he wouldn't start all of this if he couldn't finish. I remember how he looked at me, and yet still can't comprehend how can SMB go back where he doesn't want to be. Mind you, I never wanted to take him. He came to me and made me think he wanted to leave our relationship. Lasted a couple months until she found out and contacted me. Told me all sorts of things, like to kill myself. I still don't hate her cause I know she was angry and God knows what he told her. I have one question cause I am young. I only had one boyfriend before him and he treated me like trash. He came along and told me he loved me, wanted to leave, etc. How could someone do that? I want to know, did he ever love me? Was it all fake? Because there might be days that I'm okay moving on, but I always have it in my head. My minds want to make fucking sense. This shit keeps me up at night. I'm in my early 20s. He's in his 30s. She forgave him and told me at the end that he loves me. He realized what he was doing and he has to do the right thing. The thought of the family not being together kills him. This means he never wanted to leave, I guess. Said he loves me and knows he'll be happy with me, but he has experienced so much with her that he couldn't leave. These are all the things he told me. Why are you pining away for a married guy? He has a wife and a family. And he's like on the fence and you're like trying to figure out, like, move on. Move on. Well, why the fuck he pursued me? Because he could. Because you're in his 20s, he was in his 30s, and you were willing to give it up to him. That's why. Please don't hold back. Tell me your opinion. Did he ever love me? No. Or was it just a facade and I was just an entertainment? Pretty much, yeah. You were just a younger chick. You were just something new. You're just his side piece. That's all you were. You were just his side piece. And the narcissist tells the side piece anything. Because you're a side piece, it doesn't matter. Or he loved me, but I got afraid that he could lose his comfort zone, which he didn't like that much and wasn't afraid to move out before. He also said that he wasn't legally married. I don't know if that's true. I was torn apart because I gave up my integrity for this man. I hurt another woman for this man knowingly. People will judge me, but I swear, Ollie, I always wear the guilt because of what I did. My friend told me that if it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. That might be true, but I'm forever guilty and sorry. That's what I regret. Is he part of a cluster B personality? Is this a narcissist? Am I a narcissist? Please help. You might be. He is. I mean, you're willing to take someone else's husband away and family away. So you're willing to put your own needs in front of the needs of his family. So, I mean, that says something about you. He hasn't contacted me for more than 6 months, and I'm planning to move out from my city. If he contacts me before I move out, I won't respond. I don't want to be with him. I want to move on. I watched many videos about dating and psychology, so I know better now. The only thing that is bothering me besides the guilt is the question, did he love me or was it just a facade? Thank you again, Ollie. Every single topic analysis gives a hope to people. You're amazing, and I wish you happiness from the bottom of my heart. Take care, Tara. Tara, it doesn't matter if he loved you. He was never going to be with you. No, he didn't love you. But he didn't love you, and it doesn't matter if he did. You have to be honest with yourself. Were you getting a thrill out of him choosing you over his wife? I mean, because that's why a lot of girls, a lot of women sleep with married men, because it's a competition. It's another way of thinking through your vagina. And that's what it seems like you're doing here, Tara, is you're thinking through your vagina. Is because you're putting all your worth on whether or not this fucking married guy loved you. Move on. It doesn't matter whether he loved you or not. It doesn't matter. But he didn't. It didn't matter anyway. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.